So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure most of you have heard about this situation with Pokimane and her editor. A lot of the biggest content creators in the world have covered this. And while they may have covered it in a certain way that falls squarely in line with their morals and politics, which is to say they have none, they cover this as, oh, this guy is terrible, this guy's a monster, this guy's just, a degenerate freak. And my take on this is actually that Pokimane is the bad person. She is the one in the wrong here. And I'll explain it very carefully. Pokimane lied about the situation. An editor told her, according to her tweets, and we're going to look at them so you don't have to take my word for it. The editor that she's talking about that has been basically just disparaged, people are going to inevitably find this person. I mean, you know, it was an editor for Pokimane. How hard is it for the internet to do what it does? But the initial story was that Pokimane was confronted by this editor saying, I am late on these stories because I can't stop jacking off to you. That was her story. That's what she put out on the internet. That he came to her and said, I can't stop jacking off to you. And in typical narcissist fashion, she makes it all about herself. That story, according to her later on in a tweet, is not true. That the person told her that he had a problem with porn, he had an addiction to jacking off, but it wasn't actually about her. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what compels certain people to prop up individuals like Pokimane or Hassan or a lot of these other people. I don't know what inspires you to follow them and to treat them like they're some sort of celebrity. They're not. They happen to be human garbage that people for some reason thought were good people because they didn't do any research and maybe they thought she was attractive or whatever. Pokimane is a terrible person. There's no question about that at this point. Her ideas, what she believes, how she expresses it, this person is irredeemable. There is nothing within them that would inspire me to support this person in any way. And if you want to go on the attractiveness meter, she's like a 5 out of 10. So I don't know why people are jumping over themselves to simp for somebody like this who's not attractive. Their personality is worse. They are monstrous. And some of the things that they say and the way that they behave, there is absolutely nothing redeemable about this creature. I don't get it. I don't know why the internet continues to embarrass itself by propping up people who are just awful. Over and over and over again. This woman is a liar. Why would any person, after the history that this woman has had, why would you believe a single word that she said about anything? The entirety of this story was meant to basically be, I'm so attractive that even my editors could have, but that wasn't it. That wasn't at all true. That was a lie. This editor had an actual problem. This editor came to her probably thinking that she was a good person. That was a mistake. And saying, I've got a real problem here. I have an addiction to porn. And instead of trying to help this person who apparently did good work for her, she ghosted him. This woman is a piece of shit. This woman is an irredeemable pile of garbage. And I will reiterate that and say that I don't care how many simps are upset by that. Even the simps, you should increase your standard. Holy shit. I think that you, even as a simp, even as the most bottom of the bottom crust of society, I think that even you deserve better than this. And so we're going to watch a little bit of a clip from Asmongold. And you're going to get to see the clips in context because I think that's critically important. Don't just take my word for it. But understand that Moist Critical and all these others, they ran with the story so quick. This guy was a creep. This guy was a purple. Now, all of these people are degenerates. I mean, it's remarkable to me that they would have the stones to judge anyone. You know, Moist Critical, the guy that used to have like an entire assortment of dildos and stuff. Moist Critical, the guy who was known for like sex toys and stuff. It's like, that's the guy that's going to be judging somebody else. I mean, I have my own thoughts on that. I think they're all degenerate. I think they're all gross. I don't think they're in a position to be judging anyone else on anything. But this guy comes to Pokimane and is like, I think I have a problem. And she's like, gross. And then ghosts him. Somebody that apparently did work for her and did a really good job for her, and he's got a problem, and she ghosts him. Because she's a narcissistic bitch. She's a cunt. And there is no cure for that. There is no cure for that other than people making the move from her content to something that's a little more reasonable. Now, of course, you can choose to follow who you want, but I'm going to make fun of you for it. From this point forward, if I find out that you're a tier 3 sub of Pokimane, I'm just going to go off. You're a degenerate freak at that point. You're an embarrassment. And you're okay with a woman treating you like the truth doesn't matter. Like, you're too stupid to figure it out. Like, this woman is such a low IQ bimbo that she says something on stream that is completely antithetical to the story and then just tweets something out and expects none of you to call her out on her bullshit. It's remarkable to me. She thinks you are so stupid and down bad because, of course, why wouldn't you? She's Pokimane. This mid bitch is so enamored with herself. And I don't know why. She doesn't create content. I've never seen anything from Pokimane where I was like, that's amazing. I don't like Moist Critical, and even I admit that his song Skynut, I thought that was really cool. His concept of a comic book god slab, I will give credit to at least Moist Critical, who at least tries things. He makes a wrestling link. I think it's an embarrassment to wrestling. I think it's like, Vince Russo style, WCW making fun of wrestling rather than actually a love letter to wrestling. But at least he's doing something. This woman does nothing. She tears people down. She lies to people. She sells expensive cookies and then calls you poor when you can't afford it. Why? Why do you waste your time and bother with somebody like this? Anyway, let's watch the clip.
Sure, I'll read the tweet about it. There's an update to this. We found it. We're going to get to the bottom of this, guys. Thank you for the dozens of editor applications sent to my email today, LMFAO, but this happened years ago. Also, tweet wording was kind of misleading. He said this to me, but he didn't directly say it was about me.
Is because he couldn't stop touching himself. To me, his, in a way, employer of many, many months.
He said this to me, but he didn't directly say it was about me. Either way, the convo ended and working relationship ended. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just farming again. What did, there's a Chipotle.
Now, when you hear that, oh, he couldn't stop jacking off to me. That is intentional, deliberate. Oh, he couldn't stop jacking off to me. But that wasn't the story. And you know what? Maybe to her credit, she's not very good at anything other than, rage farming. Maybe she did that deliberately. Maybe she worded it that way on purpose to try to be able to weasel out of it. I don't know. I don't know how intelligent she is. She seems pretty stupid. But then again, she's made the career that she has. But you're gonna sell repackaged cookies at a premium, calling people poor. I don't know. I think she's an absolute dunce. I think she's embarrassing. But I think it's critical that you guys see the people that have been pedestalized on the internet. And there's a video being recommended to me from It's a Gundam. I'm actually you know what, maybe we're gonna go in and click on this, because if I want to hear what anyone has to say on It's a Gundam, it's or about Pokimane, it's from this guy. Okay, impromptu, where I'm making an audible. This is what you do is the CEO. Sometimes you have to make an audible, and that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to watch a little bit of this.
Modern content creation is a never-ending maw, chewing away at those willing to put their whole soul into something to be completely ignored, while others become rich and famous and develop their own sort of psychosis centered around their brilliance. On the level of Terrence Howard, my favorite female streamer, has an interesting story that's not really shocking to anyone, and it's not that interesting, but we're going to check it out anyway. Didn't I just say it was interesting? I'm lying, because I don't care. And it's 3 in the morning. Hit me, Pokey. Tell me the news of the day. I hate this job.
Hey, do you have time to talk? I'm ready to finally tell you why I've been struggling so much with deadlines. And I said, oh, like, great. Hopefully this is something that we can fix.
Pokimane's editor struggling with deadlines doesn't surprise me. The poor bastard, if he was a normal human being, would suffer from narcolepsy. Listen, from personal experience and having to pay her attention in 2020, let me tell you, those streams are boring. Oh my God. You literally have to be in love with this chick to sit and watch this and not lose some part of your mental faculties.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I've never seen anything from Pokimane, and I mean this almost, separated and objective from, from everything else. I have never seen anything from Pokimane that has ever made me stop and go, oh, well, I understand why this person's popular. Oh, I get it. I understand. Like, they're charismatic, they're interesting, they're compelling, they're fun to watch. They do something crazy on the show. They have some element or aspect. Nothing. Like, even the element of, like, oh, well, she's an attractive girl. She is an attractive girl, like, in comparison to, like, the average. So maybe she's like a 6 or a 5 or a 6. She's pretty average. Like, I don't understand why people are, like, killing themselves over this. I mean, holy criminy. Maybe that's a bad choice of words. I don't know why they are breaking their necks to run out there and defend her or simp over her, because she's mid. She's incredibly mid. And I'm not only saying that to pop her ego a little bit, but the fact of the matter is that you have people that are subscribing, like, tons and tons of money for somebody like this, where I don't get it. I don't understand that she doesn't bring anything to the table.
And turn completely into Weekend at Bernie's because I can't say his name without the algorithm flagging it. Just play the video. Why am I stopping here?
Tell me why he proceeds to tell me that the reason why he would sometimes turn around videos a week or two late is because he couldn't stop touching himself. I was trying to pick which word to use. To me, his, in a way, employer of many, many months.
So, from a grammatical standpoint, it actually, when you hear it, it's very difficult to give her the charitable interpretation that she meant that he confessed to her and that it wasn't about her, that the object of his desire wasn't her. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It is tough. But I think pretty clearly she's trying to make it about her, trying to say, well, I was just so attractive that he couldn't. But no, it wasn't about her. He just had a problem with that kind of addiction, and the fact that she didn't try to get him help, try to aid him in some way. By aid him in some way, I don't mean like take off her clothes and send him pictures. I mean like get him professional help. or put him in contact with somebody that she knew that would be able to help this guy and be like, hey, you know what? That's a serious addiction. I have this resource. Because if this guy is calling out for help, and this bitch is thinking, okay, I'm going to make this into content. I'm going to make it about me. What kind of monster? It's like somebody reaching out and saying, oh, I have cancer. And you're like, well, that affects me pretty deeply. You're like, what the fuck? No, this guy has a problem. He came to you. He probably made the mistake of thinking you were a good person. I don't know this person. It could have been a degenerate, just a complete and total loser. But you said he did a good job for you. And you didn't imply that you got a feeling that this person was this way. So they came to you in confidence. And instead of telling the truth and instead of helping this person, you instead ghosted them. And then you tell this story years later to humiliate them, basically to glorify yourself. That's the whole point of this. Is to glorify you. I'm so attractive that guys were jerking off to me. You are the worst. You are evil. You are a malevolent, malignant cancer on our species. You're a liar. You're a fraud. You're a creep. You're a freak. And I have no quarter for people that prey on those who are obviously going through something and turn to you to help them. And instead of helping them, that you probably sent them down a deeper rabbit hole because everything's about you. And of course, people like, I mentioned Moist Critical again, people like him are never going to side with the guy or think about men's issues because he's a cuck and he's one of these, he is one of these leftoids. I know people go, no, he's more right wing. He's not. He is absolutely not. On any given issue, he's going to fall on the left side of the political spectrum, almost guaranteed, and come out and disparage a guy like this rather than thinking about, okay, well, what about his issues? Like, he's coming forward and telling this, and he's never, Moist Critical is never going to do a video excoriating Pokimane, ever. It's like, that's not in the card. You're not allowed to do that. If I were to play by the rules of the system over at Twitch, or what these freaks in positions of power at these institutions actually want and believe, I would be like, yeah, you know what, Pokimane's right. Oh, this poor angel. Fuck that.
When I tell you I've never halted a conversation so fast, because I'm like, you're the person that I send like hours of footage to.
How Pokimane expects anyone to watch her footage for hours and not explore themselves vigorously. I know I'd explore myself right now, but YouTube will not allow me to scratch my leg, and Lord knows it's itching like a son of a bitch.
Isn't it amazing how Pokimane paints a story for you? My God, I swear, I thought that I was listening to Mark Twain himself regale me with information as to why those videos were a week late. So the guy was pounding off.
Oh my God. Oh, Gundam. Oh, man. Oh, you did Nick dirty.
Like, Jesus Christ. This proves that she hires some of her most fervent simps. So anyway, this dude's watching the video and he's hammering off. I don't know how he does it. What's there to hammer to? You watch her eat some sushi? It's not like she shows her feet enough for me. I got nothing for it. I know I've got a stream of hers around here somewhere on my old hard drive. I almost want to watch it to see if there's anything to it. Find a compilation video. Pokimane Thick compilation. Who cares? Just play it. Oh my God. This is literally it. What is this? Oh my God. Just drown me already, Lord. You kids is so far down bad, you don't even know what thick is. It's probably one of these dudes who made the Thick compilation, actually. She was like, hey, you, how would you like to make a living cutting up these videos and doing it for me? And they're like, oh my God, Pokey, I've dreamed of this day where I could make your thick compilation for you.
Oh man. Well, I would definitely recommend going and checking out the rest of the video from It's a Gundam. He's a great channel, and yeah, he is the resident expert on Pokimane. So, ladies and gentlemen, my point in doing this video is not to just single out Pokimane and shit on her, although I do want to do a little bit of that because I think she's a terrible person. But it's to expose that these people online, that many people turn to as some kind of moral or intellectual authority, like a person that knows something, or like, oh, we're streamers. No, they're all terrible. The majority of them. There are a few of them that are at least watchable and decent, but the majority of streamers are just the worst sort of people you can imagine. Very little effort goes into any of their work. They're all catty, monstrous people who will lie to you. I mean, it just... Yeah, and that's where we're at. Where this person lied to her audience and lied to everyone to make it about herself. And this is somebody who's popular, making tons of money, who should really be working at fast food, flipping burgers. But instead, they're given a ton of money and calling other people poor. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Such a boring topic on a boring person, but I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.